Hey, cousin. What's cracking with my cousin? This is a routine. I've been going live pretty consistently on a certain day. If you're paying attention, I've been going live pretty consistently on a certain day. But I'm not going to jinx it, okay? I'm not going to jinx it. Hey, everybody. How you doing? It's your favorite cousin, Marie Moses, but everybody calls me your favorite cousin, Ken Ken. I am a spiritual guide, a holistic wellness practitioner, energy healer, all the spiritual things. That's me, okay? I'm here to give you some spiritual guidance today. Men, you are welcome to stay, but I normally work with women. For those of you women out there that are tired, stressed out, make sure that you go ahead and download your free guide so that you can enter your selfish era. It's your time. You've been saying it for a long time. You're ready to move on. You're ready to do your own thing. You're tired. You got to take better care of yourself and all of that. I'm here to help you to do that, okay? It's definitely time. You said, hey, been a minute since I called alive. Hey, cousin, it has been a minute. Where you been? Where your antennas been, okay? I've been consistent and you've been missing in action. You been missing, cousin. Thank you. Thank you for the love, y'all. Thank y'all for the love. Make sure y'all tap the screen, share the live, let everybody know we in here because, I don't know. Whoever comes in, you come in. That's just how it go. You say you been in the gym? Okay, cousin. You been hitting the gym up? Okay. Me too. I'm going to show you my guns later. Okay. I'm going to show you later. You said, Ken, you know you ain't been in no gym. Yes, I have. I've been sweating real hard. I've been sweating real bad. You said, get myself together. I know that's right, cousin. I know that's right. You know what? I am going to start working out. I've been saying that. I'm going to start working out. But my main thing is just making sure that I eat properly because I know for a fact that going to the gym is not going to help if my eating is not the way it needs to be, which it is. Okay, it is. But that has been my focus for a very long time. It's just making sure that I'm consistently eating the right foods that I need. That, you said facts. It's a fact, okay? Because I was the type to go to the gym too. I was at the gym. I was pumping the iron and all of that. And was still going home or going to a drive-thru and going to eat fast food and all of that type of stuff. And it took me a very long time to get my eating under control. It took me a very long time. But I lost all the weight. Sidebar. I lost all this weight, 70 pounds, strictly by changing my diet, what I eat. 110,000%. So that's my suggestion for anybody out there. You want to get healthy. You want to be the greatest version of you. Do not work against yourself in the gym because you're going to get defeated. You're going to feel tired. Now, if you the type like my cousin, you can hit the gym and do that and, get yourself together, then do it. But if you don't get that relationship together between you and that food, if you don't get that right, you might as well stop going to the gym because you're going to keep going in and out the gym like I was. I was going in and out the gym, then end up at the Waffle House. Like, how I end up at the Waffle House and I just got out the gym? Anger. I need to do better. I need to pray. Help me. But you know what? This is what I know too about spirit. When it's time for us to make these adjustments, it's time. It's going to happen. But it's up to us to make the changes. So I was telling my neighbor, we was talking on the phone, and she's very much a Christian lady. And, we had a little conversation that got a little heated. But you know me, I don't let no conversation get heated. We was laughing, hee haw haw at the end of the conversation. But when we started talking about Christ and started talking about prayer and forgiveness and all these things, then, it kind of got a little heated because she believes that everybody is going to sin. Everybody sins or whatever, she was saying everybody sins, right? And I told her that everybody has sinned. And I think that's what it says in the Bible too. Correct me if I'm wrong, the Christians. But it does say everybody has sinned and fall short of the glory of God. But it doesn't say that everybody is. So the purpose of having Christ and the message for Christians is to know that you can be delivered. Okay? So we all want to start off in a sinful nature. Yes. But when the spirit shows up, That's what makes us new. And that's why the Bible say that you can be sin free and you can be perfect. So we kind of had a little conversation going back and forth because she was like, nobody's perfect. And I said, no, there are some people that they close to perfect now. Okay. They like real close, but they are connected to the spirit because the spirit makes us perfect, not us, because we try over and over. Like I was just telling you, we try over and over again. We keep falling and failing. And that's what we're supposed to do. There's a time for that. And then there comes a time when we surrender. And then we say, you know what? I don't want to do it my way anymore. I want to listen. I want to, whatever it is, because we're all getting that guidance from spirit. Just like I said, the spirit is with us everywhere we go. So instead of us going against the spirit, the things we know we're being guided to do, we actually start doing them. And then we become a new person. So that's the rebirth. That's the baptism. That's the, you being renewed and the mind being renewed and all that. So anyway, it's Christians that still believe that you can't be perfect. But I believe that you can be perfect. If you connected to spirit, you can be. Because I know what has happened in my own life. So when she said that people sin every day, and I told her, no, people don't sin every day, that's not true. Because I don't sin every day. That's what made her get upset. And I said, hey, okay, I don't want no quarrels now, okay? I ain't trying to duke it out. I ain't trying to fight. I ain't trying to tussle. But I don't live that life no more. There was a time when I did. Because I said we all start out there. I had the man for 15 years, wasn't married to him and all that. Had the kids, had the bad attitude, did all the things, smoking, partying. Okay, I did all that. Knew what I needed to do, but did not change. That's knowingly sinning. And then she was saying you can pray and ask Jesus for forgiveness and then okay? That's how most people live. They feel like they can just keep doing whatever they want to do and just pray about it. That's over. That time is over. Because there are people that are here that have decided I'm not going to do what I know I need to stop doing. I'm done with it. I'm going to do what's best for me. I'm making a decision to connect spiritually to my creator above all, above the relationship, above the children, above the man, the woman, the car, the job, above whatever. I'm saying it because I live this life. So for me to qualify to come back here and actually speak to you all, I had to go through my own initiation, okay? And we go through several initiations spiritually now, okay? I'm not talking one you want to go pay for. I ain't talking about that one, okay? That's what men will do for you. But on this path, our creator will initiate you like nobody else. I promise you. I promise you. And everything you think you know, you're going to find out you don't know that much at all. That's what it is. But we surrender. So, that's part of the message. Listen, if we know we need to do certain things, it's time to start doing them. If we know we need to stop doing certain things, it's time to stop doing them because this world is getting ready to change in a very major way. And I know we've been hearing this, but hear what I'm telling you. A lot of people that feel like they are first on the list with the Most High, they're going to be last. And that's why it says that the last will be first and the first will be last. Those that people feel like need to be thrown away are the ones that they feel like, oh, you don't qualify. You was a teen mom. You sold drugs. You did this and that. You don't qualify to say that you connected to the source. Them will probably be the ones that Spirit is using to help other people to free them. And then the ones who say that I go to church every day. I do the prayers. I do this. I feed the homeless and I do all this stuff. Them will be the ones that are furthest away from the Creator. Because the things that Spirit is guiding them to do, they won't do those things. They will not change. So that's the reason why I'm here to let you know that you can change. Thank you for the love, y'all. You can change and you should change. Change should be very normal. So even like for me, starting off as a Christian, I grew up in the church. So that's what I knew. That's all I knew about spirituality, about our Creator. That's all I knew. But it took for me to go on my own path for me to evolve spiritually to the point to where I am now. It's very different from somebody spoon feeding you the word or even going to a book to get the information. When you are spiritually in alignment with the source, you don't have to do that. You don't. You can, but I'm going to tell you like Spirit told me, put the book down and listen to me. That's what I heard. That's what I did. I put the book down and I started listening. And I can hear things that I don't know how I hear it, but I can hear it. And that's how I'm able to give you all messages. Well, I know how I hear it. I know. Okay. I know how I hear it, but it's just something that can be explained. Okay, we have these senses, we have these gifts, we have these abilities. There's so much to us. We are very complex humans, are very complex people. And when you are in alignment with your creator, then your creator will teach you about who you are and your abilities and what you came here to do with those abilities. And that's the path that I'm on, and that is what I help women to do. So for those of you that are ready to figure out what you're here to do, you're tired of working hard, you're tired of going in circles, you're tired of getting your heart broken and disappointed, all those things, get into alignment spiritually. And I'm not just saying that, I'm going to show you and tell you everything that I know about the process. And it is a process. It's not something that you do overnight, but it does take time and dedication, just like anything else. You have to be dedicated to this life. You cannot be 1 foot in and 1 foot out. That's what I was just telling you about those people who feel like they're going to be first and they're going to be last. They got 1 foot in, they got 1 foot out. Spirit is guiding them to do certain things so that they can draw closer to Spirit, but they refuse to do it. It can be what you're eating. It can be who you're around. It could be where you're going. It could be what you're watching. It could be what you're listening to. It could be your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother, your friend. It could be your wife, your husband. Everything must go. Maybe even you. Okay, everything must go when you messing with Spirit. Okay, you gotta be willing to say, okay, all right, cool, I see, and I'm ready. That's what it is. And for me, being a Christian, or when I was a Christian, that was the hardest thing for me to let go, because reading tarot and being a spiritualist and this type of things goes completely against what I was raised to believe and the things that I used to do. But I would not be here doing what I'm called to do if I would have held on so tight to that belief. I would have felt like I was evil. I would have felt like, I'm going against the Lord by doing these things. But I have never been closer to our Creator. I have never felt better. I've never been healthier. I have completely changed, completely. And that is because I know that Spirit is in my life. Not the Holy Spirit. I ain't talking about that. Okay. That's something else. We'll talk about it later. All right, so let's get into the message. Let's talk about the message here. Get ready. That's what I heard. Get ready. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Feeling a little overwhelmed. Just hold on. So, okay, it's definitely something that's either going on or it's about to happen. It's going to overwhelm you. You could be feeling overwhelmed right now, but it's not a bad thing. It's a good overwhelm. It's something that you're doing that is about to bring some great abundance in your life. It could be relationships, access, some type of access that you get, resources, approvals. You could be getting your way in life. Things are going to start looking up for you. That's what's about to happen. Okay. Now, I'm talking to people that are at different points on the path. Some people are just now starting off on the path. You're starting to choose yourself, love yourself, tell people no, and all those things. Okay, you're just now starting off. Then there are people who are in the heat of the process where they actually are doing the things. Okay, they're not thinking about letting people go and choosing themselves. They're actually living it and doing it. And then there are people who have done it and have been doing it for a long time. These are people that are more evolved. I'm not saying it like, big and little. You know, some people are big and some are small, but there are levels, okay? That's just how it is. Our creator believes in hierarchy. There is hierarchy. It will always be that way, okay? There's levels to heaven. There's levels to angels. There's levels to people. All people are not the same. It's like I was telling my neighbor. All people are not the same. Some people are willingly doing what they know they need to stop doing, and then there are some people that stop and they know, and they're different. It's what it is, okay? So whatever it is that you're doing is growing you. You are growing, you are evolving, and you can start to feel like you want to be by yourself, and that is completely normal if you feel like that, because spirit is doing something within you. It's changing you. So people are going to start falling away. You're going to start doing things differently. You're maybe relocating, doing things that you never used to do before. It's time. Okay, it's definitely your time. Thank you. You say, hey, beautiful. Thank you. It's your time. And I feel like that's how you feel too. Like, it's my time. Like, nothing is going to stop me. I don't care what it is. Not the family, not me, not nothing. Okay. By you doing this, it is putting you in a position to get things to come towards you. Now, I want to say the word manifest. I want to say manifest, but you know, there's a level to manifestation. Okay. Because there's a time when we manifest the things that we want, and then there's a time when we surrender and we get into alignment with spirit. I feel like you've done both of those things. You've already manifested a life and getting what you want, and maybe it didn't work out the best. Maybe you thought you wanted certain things and you got them, and then it's like, no, that's not really what I want. And then you started to surrender to spirit. Thank you. Surrender to spirit, and then you got into alignment, or you're getting into alignment. And that is bringing you great abundance. It's bringing you experiences that are bringing you joy, happiness in your life. You say, you're welcome. Haven't seen you in a while. I know it's been a minute, but I'll be back. I've been pretty consistent. Thank you for the love, y'all. Thank you. Make sure y'all tap the screen, share the live, and do all the things so people can know that I'm here. I'm back. And I definitely have messages for you all. So let me get you some guidance about this new chapter, because that's what it feels like to me. It feels like a new chapter in your life where you have grown, you have evolved, you have outgrown certain people. So the advice is not to feel bad about it, because you could start to feel like that, especially if people are not growing with you. If you come from a certain environment like I did, or say, you know, you outgrow people that you were close to and all these things, you could see them struggling and feel like you want them to come with you, or they should be a part of what you're doing. Look, no. Put a lock on the door, because I'm telling you, you're going to let people in that you feel like need to be in your life, and they're going to sabotage you. They're going to stop you. They're going to slow you down. They're going to have you stressed out and overwhelmed. And I just told you, you're entering a phase where stress is not going to be there. Not to say that you won't have issues, because we're going to have issues. But when you're in spiritual alignment, whatever issues you're going through, it doesn't stress you out, because you already know what to do about it. And you're doing it. You're in the process of doing whatever you need to do. And then everything else you just leave up to spirit and you don't stress. That's how it goes. Before, everybody else's stress was our stress. Everybody else's problem was our problems. If you bring those people with you, guess what? You're going to bring all them problems with you too. So do what you want to do. Okay? This is just a little guidance. Thank you for the love. This is just a little guidance. You're moving on. And everybody cannot come. And when you start having these very exciting experiences and all these joyful things are happening for you, you're going to start to feel like, oh man, I wish Susu was here. I wish Mookie was here. I wish they were here with me. You might start feeling like that. But what Spirit is telling you is, just smack yourself, crack yourself, and check yourself. And remember that this is for you. This is for you. You put the work in. They didn't. And everybody is not supposed to get what you are getting. You are entitled to this. This is for you. It's like if a parent leaves an inheritance to a child, right? And everybody else in the family is mad, like, man, why mama leave that to you? Why mama give you this or that? Well, because mama felt like you was going to do the right thing with it. Or daddy felt like you was going to do the right thing with it. So they left it to you. This is what our creator is doing for you. So that's why you can't feel bad. Well, I ain't going to say you can't feel bad because you probably will. You'll probably be crying. You're going to be sad because you're going to feel like, dang, nobody else get it. I wish they would have paid attention. I wish they would be living this good life with me. But they're going to be suffering. There's a lot of people that you know, they're going to be suffering. This is a new cycle. Hear me. Hear me. This is a whole new world. And I was listening to our cousin MJ. She was talking about the North Node going into Aquarius, I think in July. Okay. So y'all know anything about the North Node. This is talking about overall the entire planet. Everything is about to change in a major way. And there are people that are going to be sealed and protected. And there are people that are going to be going through it. And there are going to be more people that are going through it than those that are sealed. Now, y'all know I'm talking to the divine collective, but we're also known as the elect. And I can say that because I know exactly who I'm talking to. No matter what phase you're at or what level you're on, you came here to do something very powerful. I'm here to help you to do that, especially you ladies. You got to start putting yourself first. Men, you got to start putting yourself first too. So we got spiritual alignment class for men too. I ain't forget about my men cousins because I'm telling you, if you don't take that first step and start taking care of yourself, you're not going to get to this point. It's just what it is. You said it's so true. It is very, very true, and it's very critical. I'm telling you, you're going to wish that you chose yourself. You're going to wish that you chose to follow that guidance from spirit so that you can get into alignment so that you won't be on the outside looking in. I'm telling you. Because just like when, I ain't gonna say the word, but y'all know what I'm talking about. In 2020, when that whole thing had broke out, there was some people panicking. They was scared. They was running around. They was acting crazy. Everybody getting ready to fall out. And then there were millionaires that were being created. There were people like me that was moving in the midst of it. People were telling me, Ken, don't move. No, don't move. My own mama said, Ken, don't move. It's this sickness going around. People getting sick. I said, Mama, I'm moving. I am out of Kansas City, Missouri. I am out of here. I already have my plan together and put my mask on. I put mask on my children. I have my sister's dog, put a mask on the dog, honey. My brother drove my U-Haul. I drove my truck, and we was on the road in the middle of it all. Yes, moved, relocated, got a great deal on the house because wasn't nobody trying to buy no houses. All that. Interest rate, beautiful. I mean, all that. But some people were scared. They didn't want to come outside. They was locked up in the crib. Please. It was people outside making moves. So that's why I'm telling you about the times that are to come. There are going to be a lot of people that are going to be in the house. They're going to be scared. They're going to be paranoid and all these things. And then there are people that are the builders. They're going to keep on building and chucking right on away and building these communities and building these new innovative things. It's going to be beautiful. It really is. But not for everybody. Not for everybody. And this new cycle of your life is going to start off slow, okay? You're not going to know everything. So I'll tell you. You're not going to know everything. So you could be starting in a new industry. You could be doing something very brand new for you. It's like you're starting over again, but it's good. You know it's good because the result is good, okay? And ain't that what the Lord has said in the Bible? Every time the Lord had created something on the 7 days in the beginning of the Bible, he said, he looked at this and this was good. He said this and this was good. He created this and this was good. So when you're doing things right now, you could be creating things right now saying, this is good. Or you could be writing the book and then you finish the chapter, you like, that's it, you feel it like whatever it is that you're doing, you're like, this is good. Even if you don't see the great big result, you just know it's good and it's going to be good. So the guidance is to keep going. All right. If you're in the midst of, the cycle where you're just, say you're in the creation phase, you're in the healing phase. So you're healing, spirit is working with you, you're healing, but at the same time, you're getting guidance to start new things. Start those things, start them. You do not know what it's going to turn out to be. Do the thing, whatever it is, you don't know what it's going to turn out to be. what I'm telling you. I'm going to tell you again. Just do it. You said, I've started a new job and I know it will be good. You just know, right? You just know this is good. But say if you would have stayed on the old job. Say if you were the type of person to say, I want a new job. I know I need to leave this old job. I need to make more money. I need to do something that's more fulfilling. Whatever it is, you know that you need to go. But you never do. That's what a lot of people do. And if you were to do that, you would not get this new opportunity like what you have now. So the new job could be a game changer for you. Even though people will say, oh no, you don't need a job. There's no job security. If you're supposed to be on that job and you in the phase of working, sidebar, there is a cycle when we work. So don't let nobody tell you that you don't need to go get an education or you don't need to work. There is a cycle. We all go through the cycle of working because there's a time when we help other people with their vision and their purpose. And then there's a time when we get into our purpose and people help us. So if you're at the phase where you're helping somebody else with their purpose and their mission, what they have created, you show up and be the best person that you can be for that job. And that job is going to elevate you. But you also continue to do your healing work and the things that you need to do for yourself. And then you will phase out of that at some point. Hey, cousin. Hey, cousin. You said, I quit my job delivering mail to pursue my online business with clothes. Perfect. That's what we're supposed to be doing right now. Like, take the risk. Move. Do something. Sometimes it's just getting another job, okay? If you know this job is not the one for you, why stay there when there's a million other jobs you can go and get? Go get one that you like. Go and actually support a mission that you want to be a part of. Thank you for the love, y'all. Go and do something that you want to do. If you feel like, you know what, this is not for me, I don't want to do this anymore, then go and be a part of somebody's mission that you actually support. Then you'll like going to work every day. Even if it doesn't pay you the most money, you'll feel happy and you'll feel satisfied. And if you stop working on a job to pursue your career or whatever it is that you want to do, your clothing business, what else can you do besides win? You can't do nothing else but win. But you have to have that entrepreneurial spirit. I think that's something that certain people are born with. Everybody is not born with that because that takes a certain amount of strength to be able to say, okay, I don't know how the bills are going to get paid. Thank you, cousin. To say, I don't know if this is going to work or not, but I'm going to go for it. I did it. It worked well for me. I have not been to work since 2019. 2019, that was when I turned in my 2 weeks notice. My YouTube was not doing big numbers or nothing at that time, but I was doing my YouTube on the side. It wasn't until I took that big leap and went all in because I knew I was overqualified for the job I was working on. I was underpaid. I knew it. And I took the leap. I went forward. And everything took off from there. And it just went up. So I'm telling you, thank you, cousin. I'm telling you, it can work. Don't listen to people that say, oh, no, you need to go back to your job. If you're being guided and you feel like you need to do this, then do it and give it your all. Don't leave your job and then be halfway working in your business, barely showing up. Oh, I don't feel like getting up today, and all that. No. Mm-mm. There's a time when we get to rest, okay? But when I was working online, just like most people you see working online, they're online. If you know you have a clothing brand, you need to be showing up. Your brand needs to be everywhere, or you need to be everywhere. If you can get on TikTok, you need to be on TikTok. Whatever it is you need to do. I was showing up 2, 3, 4 times a day on YouTube when I decided to stop working on a job. So you're going to work more in your business at first because you got to build it. But then you'll get to the point to where I am now and I work on my business. So you don't see me working as much as I used to. You might not see me online, but maybe once a week. But that's because I put the time in. But when you start in your business, it's just you. It's you. You say, yes. You say, I divorced my corporate job November the 3rd, 2021, built my firm. And it was the best decision. I know that's right. Look at my cousin. Look, and at the bottom of the deck, we got the 10 of diamonds. Okay, now this is my Kansas City deck. This is the really popular restaurant. So we just now talking about this, and y'all know Kansas City known for barbecue. I just looked at it and glanced at it. Listen, whatever it is, y'all about to be successful in whatever it is that you do. I'm telling you. This is a restaurant here. This restaurant has been in Kansas City for a very long time. So that's what I'm telling you. Whatever it is you're being guided to do, you're going to be successful at it. You just have to know that and stick with it. Stick with it. Like cousin said, she stopped working and it was the best decision. That was the same thing that happened to me, and I know so many other people that have the same story. But then there are people who are afraid, and they will say, don't do that. That's risky. Don't do it. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. Because those might be the ones that stay on their job forever, and never leave. Know that they need to move and not do anything. You got to go for it. Go for it. And don't worry about what they got to say. They're going to talk about you. They're going to say, oh, you need to go get a job. Oh, you need to do this and that. Don't worry about what they say. You just keep going. You keep going. Okay, I'm going to go back and see if I miss your comments. You say, I'm so much happier. Yes. You say, absolutely, yes. Yeah, you're going to be so much happier. So much happier. And you're going to be so much more confident in yourself. Like, nobody can take your confidence away from you when you are the one who have made the decisions to be successful. Nobody can take that from you. Nobody. It's just a different level. Okay, so we got the Queen of Diamonds here, and this is again a playing card deck. All right, we're gonna get the messages from here, and then I'm going to give you confirmation with my Oracle deck. So the Queen of Diamonds is like the Queen of Pentacles. All right, but this is a woman energy, feminine energy. Could be a man if you're a man watching, but this is somebody who is a go-getter. This is the Earth Queen or the Earth King. Because we also had a King of Diamonds too. But there's a need for you to release. So that's what we were talking about. You releasing what no longer serves you, because under the deck is the Ten of Spades, which is like the Ten of Swords or Ten of Swords. This is a death. You're going through a death and a rebirth. So that's why I said, if you want to be by yourself and you feel like you want to just start taking walks and just go off walking down the street by yourself, or you just want to, be alone and everybody's like, where are you going? Why you don't come over here? Why you don't do that? You don't want to, because you're going through this rebirth. And when you go spend time alone, Spirit is going to be talking to you. You're going to be getting this guidance on the next moves and the things that you should do. When I say Spirit, I'm talking about the source. I'm talking about the all, the creator, and also your guides. Because remember, we have spirit guides. So your spirit guides have done what it is that you want to do. So for example, if you are like cousin has a clothing brand, you want to start your clothing brand, you can have a guide in the spiritual realm that was already very successful at that. And I'm not just talking about they opened up a store. I'm talking about somebody who has already passed on, but they have a very known name. Okay, they were a very known designer or something like that, like next level. But they could be a guide of yours, and you could really resonate with this particular person that could be passed on. And a lot of people don't know this, but they feel like, I don't know why I really connect with this person. It's already passed on. Certain celebrities or people who are not here anymore. Well, the reason why you connect to that person is because you're doing what they do or what they've done, or you're going to get some assistance from them in some way. You may not know that. But that's why you got your cousin King, because I'm telling you. You definitely have a guide that is going to assist you. But this is the thing. We have guides and we have angelic support and all these things. You hear about the angels that comfort us and all of these things. But they're not just there to wipe your tears from your life experiences, okay? Because we're all going to go through difficult life experiences. It's just how it goes. But what they do is help you and guide you towards your life purpose, what you came here to do. So everything you do leads to the next thing. And your guides and the angelic team that you have in the spiritual realm, their job and their responsibility is to work with you so you can get there. So don't be afraid of what I'm saying, okay? I know it's a little bit spiritual. I think we got a little spooky, but I'm just telling you, you do have angelic support. And you need to know that, because sometimes, like I said, you can feel like you're by yourself. You can feel like me, nobody was doing what I was doing in my city, in my family. nobody has done what I'm doing. I'm doing it by myself. I feel like I'm by myself. But being that I'm a spiritual woman, I know how to connect to the spiritual realm, and I know that I have angelic support. So I don't feel like I'm by myself, even though in the physical, I'm doing a lot of things by myself. So I know that makes sense, okay? I'm not the one to ask you, does that make sense? I know you understand what I'm saying. So just know that, okay? You have support. I don't know. Oh, this person is talking about some type of promotion or something. I don't know. Okay, let me see. Did y'all say something? Okay, let's keep going. All right, so we have teamwork. Yes, okay. This is what I was telling you with the Three of Cups here. This is Three of Cups, but it's also the Three of Hearts. You can call it either one. But this is teamwork, collaboration, and building. Somebody is going to come into your life and they're going to help you. It's going to make your life easier in some type of way. So be expecting that. If you're the type of person that's like, oh, I don't really like being around people and I like being by myself, there's a time for that. I just told you there's a time. But then there comes a time when you need to let people in, because Spirit will guide people on your path to help you. So I told you about your angelic team in the spiritual realm, but you also have your physical support. And most people who have become successful or they went to that next level, they got there because somebody came into their life and gave them an opportunity, opened a door for them, or something like that happened. So you're going to have the same thing. It could be a mentor. It could be somebody who just, they see something in you. They see what you're trying to do. They want to help you to do it. So you have somebody here like this that is going to help you. If you're praying for support, you're going to get it. But I feel like it's after a phase of you learning and accepting your power and who you are. Because remember, that's what we came here to do, okay? We came here to discover who we are, to accept who we are. Because sometimes it's hard to accept that we have these abilities and that we are set apart. But accept it. So I feel like those of you that I'm talking to that are at this phase, you accept that you are different. You accept that you have this calling. You're going to do something different here. You're not trying to people please anymore. We out of that phase. And you're going to have new people to come in. Brand new. Okay? I'm here to let them in. Let them in. It's safe. All right? That's what I'm telling you. It's safe to let these people in. Yeah, and you could be feeling like this is like restless, like sleepless nights. You can feel like that, like you don't know, like what is going to come next, because you could feel like this. On a soul level, you can have this anticipation that something is about to happen. Or if you've gotten the good news already, you're like, how Christmas comes, or, Christmas is the next day, and you're excited because the next day you're going to open up all these gifts. That's the energy here. You said, I received this. That's the energy here. It's like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? You're going to show up. You're going to show up. And for our cousin, you got that job. Okay, you might have to learn some new things. You might not go in like the master. Okay, but you're going to have people to help you. You just go in there and act like you know everything that you need to know. You go in there looking good and, sounding good, sounding the part. And you might not know what they're talking about. You just, okay, that's what I need. Okay, got it, noted. Just act like you belong. And then you will, It's like when you start a new job. You start your new job and you're like, dang, I don't know nothing about this job. Nothing. It's brand new. But when you get there, they teach you everything that you need to know. This is what's happening now. You say, I just received a job as a site tech, and I'm so excited to learn more things. Yeah, that's good, cousin. That's why I say sometimes you just need to change positions. It's okay for you to be on a job, but if you already mastered that job, you get up every day like a robot. Now you're doing the thing every single day. You already know how to do it. Go do something else. Go start at the bottom and learn something new. That's what we're supposed to be doing. And who cares what people say? They're going to always have something to say. They'll say, oh, you need to do this. You should be doing this. You should be. Don't let people tell you what you should do in your life, because they probably ain't doing nothing. Okay? No movement, no motion, no nothing. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for the love. Okay, so let's pull some of these oracle cards. Look, that's the deck that I created, the Light of the Oracle. And at the bottom of the deck, it says to pray. Okay? And it's like never cease from praying. Let me zoom in on it. There it is. Never cease from praying. That's what I'm hearing. So, I was telling you about your angelic support team. But we pray to our Creator. We don't pray to our guides. We pray to our Creator. Our Creator sends in our guides. There was a time when I thought that I would pray to certain guides or saints or ancestors, or, I would pick and choose who I wanted to be in my life. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Our Creator created you and know who you need in your life. Just like the people that come on your path, you don't know who they are. You don't know how they're going to show up. They just show up. But Spirit sends them on your path. So you have a lot of, see all these ancestors and guides and all of this here? They have a part to play in your mission and helping you out. So there are things that you do and there are things that they do. That's what it is. And you can feel like, oh, this is all my idea. I'm so smart. This is a bright idea. But you can be having some guidance on the other side. So just know that, okay? It is okay. Look, illusions here. I feel like this, if you're going through like some type of struggle or, I'm hearing like a debacle, whatever that is. Whatever it is that you're going through is an illusion. And you have to see life for what it really is. It's all an illusion. It really is. And just know that everything changes. It all changes. So you could be at the bottom right now. You could be feeling like, I don't have any money. I don't have this. I don't have that. You could be feeling like that right now. And all it takes is for one move, one opportunity, one decision to change everything. And then you become successful. Okay? Yeah. We got unhealthy habits here. So there's definitely a need for you to work on yourself for sure. Now, I'm not going to just tell you all about the good things. I'm going to tell you about what it is, too. Look, this is the instruction card. There's guidance that you are getting. Follow it. Listen to it. It's time. If you know you need to start doing certain things, it's time. Because, look, on this card right here, this was created intentionally because, look, see how you have the young kid here, and then you have the elder right here? A lot of times we repeat behaviors that we inherit from people that are in our bloodline. It's the truth. So all this ancestor talk, you better make sure you're not connected to some ancestors that had these nasty habits, because you could be doing the same thing that they were doing and repeating cycles when you came here to break the cycle. All right? Just be clear. So if, say, for example, you were taught to eat a certain type of way, you could be guided to stop eating certain things. It's very important because our temple is how spirit flows through us. So we have to purify this temple. That means there are certain things we have to stop doing when we get to a certain point. There is a time when you can go and eat your chicken nuggets, fries, Lunchables, cupcakes, cookies, Oreos, Cheetos, Fritos, Doritos. There's a time for that. Then there's a time when spirit will guide you to cut back, and it's slow. It's gradual. It's not all at once, but you'll slowly start breaking these habits because there are things that you need to be sharp for. Yeah, with the lessons card here, you need to be sharp. And your mind needs to be working at a certain level. So in order for your mind and your body to function properly, it needs certain nutrients. And this is something that I have to teach my children, and I teach everybody. When you're eating food, you're supposed to be getting fuel and nutrients from the food. It's okay to eat what you feel like tastes good, but you can also eat food that tastes good and actually does what you need it to do for you, okay? So eating fruit, certain fruits is good for your brain, thinking, and things like that. You need to make sure that you're drinking water 110,000%. I don't need to tell you this, but you need to be drinking your water. High quality water. And if you don't have high quality water, then get you one of those pitchers with the filter on it. All right. And filter your water. Put some lime in it. And drink some water. At least 2 liters a day. The little sip of water and these little water bottles and all that, that's cute. Get you a big thing like this. Okay. Something like this. Look. I got this from TJ Maxx, okay? This is not a Stanley. This is a Canley, all right? Because the Stanley is too small. But I think they had the bigger ones. I don't know. But get you something big, like 32 ounces or something like that. Get you a big refillable cup like this. And this one, it will keep your water cold literally for like 12 hours. Just keep that on deck all the time. Carry this with you everywhere that you go. So you already know that once you drink 1 or 2 of these every day, you got your water consumption in. It's very important for the flow of spirit. I'm just telling you, that's how it goes. So when we're guided to do certain things, we might feel like, oh, I feel like I need to drink more water. Don't go flush your whole system out with a gallon of water. You don't need to do that. You just need to increase your intake and do it consistently. So over time, you're filled with water. So then all of your organs will be hydrated, okay? You need your brain and your lungs and your kidneys and all these things to be hydrated. If you're not drinking water, then you're going to be all shriveled up and dried up on the inside. And then all the things that you want to do, how you think you're going to show up your best to do it? Just saying. This is the reason why we change. This is the reason why spirit changes us and we become brand new. Because it helps us to be the best version of ourselves. Not just so we can say, oh, I'm living at my best. But so that we actually are equipped to do what we're created to do. Okay? Thank you, cousin. You said, yes, generational curses. Oh, they real bad. They're real bad. Especially with this food. Oh my goodness, honey. Eating that white sugar. I mean, it's 2026. We don't need to tell you what sugar does to the body. Don't need to say that. And I'm not saying to cut it out completely. All I'm saying is that, there's very, very, very qualified replacements. And I know what they are, okay? If you need to eat better or you want to eat better, download the guide. There's a grocery list. I even created a $10 grocery list. Take it to the store with you, okay? You'll know all the replacements, things you need to get. Look, this says forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for the things that you did when you did not know any better. Because like I said, there is a phase. There is a time when we sabotage ourselves and we allow people to hurt us and use us and abuse us, and we abusing these different drugs and drinking and smoking. Okay, we've all done the things. Forgive yourself for these things because there's a reason why you were doing it. And it's a part of your life lesson, okay? The things that you've been through is a part of your story. Look how he's reading this book. It says, Who I Am. This is a part of your story. So it's not just about the good and all the good and the great things that are happening. You also have a part of the story where it's very intense. You have a lot going on and all the things, okay? It's what it is. Nobody has a perfect story. Nobody came here for a perfect experience. Remember, you are not the body. You are the observer of the body. And you are here having these experiences. You are the soul. So the soul incarnates and enters into the body so that the body can have life and the body can do things in this physical reality. Okay? So now that your soul is in this body, you can touch, taste, feel, do whatever it is that you want to do. And most importantly, you can make decisions. You can make observations and make adjustments because you have the body to do that. If you're just a spirit, you cannot do that legally. Okay, because there are some spirits that be violating, but you know what I mean, okay? You have the body, you can do certain things, and that's why you're here, to learn and to grow. You say you're the kind of person worth befriending, and I'll be sure to keep following your journey. Thank you. Thank you. We're all family here, so you're my cousin now, okay? And I got you. I'm going to help you. But we're going to do the work, okay? So, just know that everything that you've been through is for your observation, not for you to judge yourself or to judge other people. It was supposed to go down the way it went down. Everything. And a lot of times we have these habits because of what we've been through. That's real. I'm telling you what I know. So like for me, when I start eating a lot and I do a lot of self-reflection and I start getting hungry and I start feeling like I want to eat, I'm getting ready to eat. Yeah, I'm getting ready to eat. But I know what to eat now, I'm not running to sugar. I'm not running to meat. I'm not running to these things. I know how to feed myself and also get that, that desire to have something sweet. I can get that feel too, but I don't have to go and get no sugar to do that. But I know why I'll do it. Sometimes I just feel like I just want a little comfort from a little piece of chocolate, and I go get it. And I got me some oats in there. I'm getting ready to make me some oatmeal cookies. Yes, I want some oatmeal cookies. I got my raisins and everything. But there was a time when I was like, I want to eat. I'm about to go to the store and buy me a pack of oatmeal cookies. No, I got to make them myself. So, it is what it is. But when you learn how to feed yourself, you can do that. And you can make it taste exactly how you want it to taste. You ain't got to worry about all these weird ingredients in your food and all that type of stuff. You take care of yourself, okay? Take care of yourself. You said there isn't any coincidences for sure. Everything happens for a reason. Even me coming on TikTok today. Yes, exactly. It's all spirit. It's all spirit. And remember, our Creator allows these things. So we can get upset about the experience, but remember that everything is allowed. So if it's allowed, there's something that we need to learn from the experience, because that's what we're here to do. We're learning and growing from these experiences if we choose. If you get stuck in an experience and you start identifying with the experience and you start taking it personal, then you can get stuck in a cycle for years and energetically be connected to whatever that is or that situation or whatever happened because you don't want to let it go. It happened, okay? Let spirit give you clarity. Let spirit give you closure, because that's where your closure comes from. It doesn't come from the person or nobody. Nobody can give you closure. Nobody. Even if they say, I'm sorry, that's not giving you closure because it still happened. You have to get the closure from our Creator, because our Creator will tell you, this is why you went through this. This is what you're learning from this, and this is what you're going to do with this experience. Because there's something that you're going to do with the experience also. You have to know that. So you could go through a very tough experience, like women that have been through divorce. Like one of our cousins said, you went through divorce. But there are a lot of women who, after their divorce, they're done. They feel like they have no life left. Like, what am I supposed to do with my life? My husband was everything for me. What do I do? When you overcome and you're successful and you're flowing and glowing and doing the big one, right? Then you can help other women to see why they went through that experience and how it actually helped them to become a better woman. But they need to see that there's life after divorce, okay? So we go through these difficult experiences, especially as children. We go through a lot of difficult experiences. But it's to help those that are actually still in the heat of it right now. You could be out of it. You could have went through the divorce 10 years ago, or you could have got abused when you were 10 years old. It's over now, but there are children, millions of children going through it right now and wish that they had somebody to come and help them through the situation. And if you don't get over it, then you're not going to be able to help them. You're going to be still crying and sad about what you went through. You're not going to be able to go and help them. So, yeah, that's how we break those cycles. You said much healthier. Yes. Yes. You said, yes, me too. Mm-hmm. Yep. You're here for a reason. Okay, so let's get some more confirmation. I think we're almost done here. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for the love. Thank y'all for tapping the screen and sharing the live and doing all the things. Yeah, birthing a vision. We got this card last time. Birthing a vision. You came here to do something very powerful. You may not know exactly what it is, but you're going to get there. I'm telling you, we're all at different phases, but you're going to get to this purpose, whatever it is that you came here to do. And this is the thing. Even though we have free will, I always say we got free will until it ain't free no more. So you can do whatever you want to do. But when you get to a certain phase on the journey, then it's like, okay, you need to do what you need to do so you can get into alignment. This is being fruitful. Look, both of these cards right here is like earth and water. That's spirit. It's like fire and water. Earth and water. Yeah. That's spirit. Mm-hmm. But moving through you, okay? and birthing whatever this is. So you have to know that you're not doing this on your own, even though it could feel like that. I said that already. You could feel like you don't know every detail, but you're not supposed to know every detail. It's just like I said, when you're starting over at the beginning or you're starting something new, you don't know everything. You're not supposed to. We're all here, or not all, but those of us that are connecting, we are a student of our own lives. We are here to learn. You said I'm a cusp, Pisces, and Aries. Okay. Fire and water. You said you're right. Yeah, we're learning and growing. So look, we got new friends, new connections. This is like soulmate energy too. I love this. Look, we got the journaling card here at the bottom of the deck. So make sure that you are documenting your experiences, even on the days when you feel like, oh, I'm not feeling good or nothing's going right and all these things. That's when you need to document the most. Okay, make sure you're writing this down, because it's not only just a journal. This is going to be something that I feel like people are going to look back at your documents and what you write down like years and years to come. And they're going to be like, all that was going on, with the new friends here and the journal and all that. It's like every experience, everything that you're going through, you don't have to write a whole bunch, but just write a few lines. And sometimes when I don't really feel like writing it all, I'll do bullet points. So just bullet point and just write how you feel, what's going on, what happened today. You can just write it down and put the date on it. And then sometimes you might just write pages and pages at a time. It just depends. But just document your experience from now on. Get you a journal. It doesn't have to be fancy. I would recommend you not getting fancy, expensive journals, because all they're going to do is collect dust. Okay? Dust. Okay? Go to the Dollar Tree or the dollar store and get you one of those spiral notebooks with about 100 pages. Start with that, because you're going to fill them up. So you don't want to be paying a whole bunch of money for these journals that you're going to be filling up. So no, get you some little, the spiral notebooks, they work. So you said, I'm new to your page. Hey, cousin. Hey, you said, thanks. You were welcome. You said, I want to ask a question. If it's a little long, I can send it to you somewhere to get your advice, or maybe other women's advice. Well, I do personals. You can book a session if you want to do a personal. If you have a question, it's like a quick question, you can just ask a quick question here. If I see it, then it was meant for me to see it. I'll answer it. But I do personal sessions. So if you want to get specific help about a specific situation, then book a session. Book a session. We're going to work it out. You said, okay, yes, I will text you. Because forget what you talking about, book a session. I'm getting ready to text you, okay? Make sure you answer. Make sure you answer when I call. Okay. Okay. Say your advice. Okay. Thank you, cousin, for the love. Thank y'all for the love. Okay, so just prepare yourself. Okay, prepare yourself for a new adventure. That's what I'm hearing. Oh, growing up. We got this card last time too. Look at you leveling up spiritually. Oh, this card came back out too. Illusions. Seeing through the illusions. This is always spiritual growth for me. And seeing through the illusions, what's true, what's not true, what's real, what's not real. That's a part of spiritual alignment, because there's a lot of things that we believe that can be holding us back. I'm telling you what I know. Ooh, at the bottom of the deck, higher self. Cousin, I'm telling you, we have to release. Even though we have the freedom to choose, when we do not release, we stay stuck. So just like I was telling you, if I would have stayed in that Christian mentality, if I was going to the church and the Bible, watching the sermons and all of that, and that's all I know about the Lord is what the word has said in the Bible, I would not be this person. So I had to release what I believed was true so that I could really connect to who I am. That's what we're here to do. We're not here to get shackled and stuck to all of these different titles and this and this and that and that. That's 3D. There's a time for that. But then there's a time for us to level up. You said, my God, It's the truth. We got to let go. Look. And choose happiness. It says happiness is a choice. That's what it says down here. Happiness is a choice. Staying stuck will keep you unhappy. Staying where you are keeps you unhappy. Hear me. If you feel like you are stressed out and unhappy, only you know. If you're at that phase, then you have to see the truth and go towards the truth. Like it says, we have to be lovers of the truth, not of the illusion of the truth. What we know is true. That spirit. You say, amen, so true. It is. It is. Look, we got the past partner here. Look, past partner. You thought this person was the one, didn't you? You thought this person was the one, but guess what it was? An illusion. Okay. All right. So if you thought this person was the one, and say you did not want to see this person for who they really was, because look how nice the teeth is, and for the men, look how, well kept and pretty she is and all that. Okay, you want to see the external, but you don't want to see the truth. You would have stayed with this person in this cycle with this person, and you would not be moving on to be the person that you were created to be. Happy and free. It's the truth, cuz y'all laughing. It's the truth. Look, we got self-care. It's very important. Men, you too. You're not off the hook. I don't let my men cousins off the hook. Y'all need to take care of yourself too. You too stressed out. Somebody done taught you that you need to work yourself into the ground and take care of everybody, and you don't need to do nothing but get a little snap a bite to eat and get back to working and running and taking care of everything. No. How are you going to be happy living like that? No. You need off days. You need rest days. You need tea time, okay? You need time for you to just walk and just frolic and just, go throughout the planet and do whatever you want to do without no expectations and nobody calling you for nothing. Men need that too. Men need that the most. So if you're a man listening to me, hear me and hear me good. Your higher self, you want to connect to this greatest version of you? The greatest version of you is not stressed out. The greatest version of you is not settling for less. The greatest version of you is growing up, taking care of themselves, and moving on through these cycles so that you can be your higher self. Okay? You say that's the truth. It is. Look, you got new soulmates here. Look, just playing and laughing and getting along. I feel like the hard times are over. The tough times are over. But it takes a minute to let go of the energy. It does take a minute. Because we've been living like this for so long. We can get so used to being disappointed by people and all these other things. Okay. It's over. It's over. Let him go. Let it go. Let the past go. It is what it is. You can hold on to it if you want to, but it's done. It was all a dream. It was all a dream. He said, no, kid, it wasn't a dream. It was very real. Okay. Yeah, it was real. This whole life is all real. This is all real. This is all there'll ever be, is whatever's here on this planet. There's nothing else but this space here. So real. You said, "Can't quit playing." Okay. Don't take life so seriously. Okay? That's all I'm going to tell you. Don't take it so seriously. Look, we got the solo journey here. Move on. Look, the new friendships came back out again. New partnerships. And then you got distractions here. This is the past energy. The distractions, and then self-respect. That's the lesson. The lessons, whenever you hear people talk about lessons on the spiritual path, it's always learning your self-worth and value. That is the lesson. So everything that we go through in life is always to teach us our own self-worth and value, who we are. We have to learn that because we're here discovering and getting to know who we are because we don't know. Very childlike. And when you become childlike, That means you don't think you know everything. You allow spirit to know everything, and you get the guidance from the source. Hold on. I'll get the puzzle piece. That means we've been on for 1 hour. Amen. That's right. That's right. We let our Creator do all of the working. And we do all the listening and following. And life becomes so much easier like that. It really does. Yeah. Lessons. Okay. All right, cousin. I love y'all so much. You know, I'm always here. For those of you that are ready to move forward, if you need my support, make sure you join us in spiritual alignment class. If you need any guidance, if you are at a point in your life where you're like, I'm not sure what's going on, which way I need to do, in your relationships, your career, whatever it is that you're going through. Thank you, cousin. Download the free guide. There's a free guide that says enter your selfish era. Download that guide. It's going to answer all your questions. For our cousin here that was saying, Ken, I got a question for you. I'm getting ready to call you. Answer the phone. Download the free guide. It's going to answer your questions. I promise you. I promise you. Anything that you want to ask me, get the guide and you're going to get the answer. You're welcome, cousin. Get the guide. So if you want to join our private community, we text all the time. I'm here to hold you accountable. You're going to be disciplined, consistent, self-aware. You're going to stop sabotaging yourself. Join us in spiritual alignment class. I'm here for you all. You have support. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank y'all for the love. Thank you for being here. And thank you for choosing yourself. Because when you choose yourself and when you choose to become the greatest version of you, that helps the entire planet. We are here doing planetary work. Is that what it's called? Anyway. We're here to do the good work, okay? All right, cousin. I love y'all so much. Y'all know these lights get to cooking me out the 1 hour and I got to go. I'll talk to y'all later. Make sure that y'all subscribe over onto YouTube to watch the live replays at I Am Marie Moses. You can catch the live replays. And if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you come over to TikTok at the Lighthouse Women's Wellness Center so that you can catch me while I am live. Thank you. We got 13,000 hearts. Thank you. Thank you. I hope it helped. Well, I know it helped, but, you know, I hope it gave you comfort today. And I hope you know that you're not alone. You have support. And there are people like me in the world that just want to help you. No strings attached. I don't have any attachment to any outcome or anything. I'm just here to help. Okay? All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye.